Welcome to Fixing Las Vegas, and we'll check out the traffic. We're on 17% at the moment. We'll see how that goes, but we're totally jammed all along the city. Lots of roundabouts on the left hand side here. Click off that. This is our residential area. We've got commercial in there as well, just mixed around. You can see the blue bits. Everything else is residential, and then you've got some office space sort of dotted around as well. And this is our industrial space over here, totally separate. And if we have a look at the traffic here, it's gone down to 15%. This area here in particular is a disaster, so it's just ground to a halt. And we've got a weird one-way system here as well. This is the culprit. This is our cargo terminal, and we'll see about fixing that after we've started in the residential area. So let's take a look around the traffic here. We've got, this is pretty much ground to a halt, this roundabout. Got queuing traffic onto the highway. We go along here to the next roundabout, and that's not moving either. And then we go along to the next roundabout, and it's just traffic queuing in to get in. All this is trying to come in down here, and we've got queues of traffic just trying to get out. Actually, they're trying to get out here onto this bit of slip road, so we can help them do that. And then if we go further up into the rest of the residential areas, we've got traffic queuing all the way in, and it comes through underground here and around, and it actually goes around down here, trying to join this very busy stretch of road going to this roundabout. And it's just not moving at all, and there's a roundabout above it that's not moving either. There's not a lot going up there in that roundabout, but it will get busier later in the game once everything starts to move. And then we've got a couple of roundabouts down here that just aren't moving much at all. So we'll get to fixing these roundabouts first. Oh, these ones over the left hand side as well. So this is actually one of the worst. We've got traffic queuing all the way back here, all the way back round there, all the way back down here, all the way back down to there where traffic starts to join. So that's a huge tailback going all the way up to these two roundabouts, so we'll definitely deal with those as well. So we'll start on the first roundabout, and we'll start down here on the bottom right hand side. This looks like a pretty big and key roundabout, and we'll get this one going. So we'll put our TMPE traffic mod on and do the priority signs around all the roundabouts. Starting with this, I'll show you what I'll do on every roundabout as well. We'll go on the junction tool and just have a look at what's going on in these junctions. So we want this one green and we want this one red, so traffic can keep flowing through but they don't come on. So let's do that. That's fine. This one, stop that, stop traffic coming on. You're fine there. And there we go, switch that one on so traffic can keep moving around. It's a bit of a big roundabout. You only really need 3 or 4 lanes. So we'll do our lane management on this one. They're just going to go through there because there's no off turning. So we come around to this bit, and we'll go 1 dedicated lane for turning off and all the rest straight on. And that's how you want to do your roundabouts. No matter how many lanes you've got, you just want 1 dedicated lane coming off, all the rest straight on. Oh, right, that tells me we've got some lane picking going on already. So let's see what's going on. Okay, around here, that looks pretty nice. That's kind of what I would do. So we've got traffic just flowing out and then forcing it round and out of the way. This thing that's not going to do us any good, so we'll delete that, and we'll delete that as well, but this one will be fine, I think. And we'll continue doing our lane picking. Going on to this roundabout, see, it's starting to move already. Going on to the roundabout, we want 2 for straight on and 1 for right, and generally that's what you want. It's only 1 lane there, which is fine. And around here, coming off onto the motorway into the roundabout, we've got 6 lanes trying to get onto a 6-lane roundabout. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to work at all. So what we can do is upgrade this this road to a 3-lane one-way after the toll, and then we can do our lane management here with our lane tool. It's always best to do the lane tool first. 2 for straight on, 1 for right, and then they'll take a while to work out their lanes. But look, all of a sudden we've got this traffic flowing through, which is coming out of this residential area, so that's going to be really good for us. That's going to totally unclog this area, and it will help with this one actually. So we'll do that to all of these roundabouts. Actually, on this roundabout, that's a bit of a gnarly junction. You don't want to have junctions straight after a roundabout, so if we just move this road into its own place on the roundabout, that's going to help. So we'll do that now, and I'll come back to you when that's finished. There we go. So we're actually going to set this roundabout up with 3 lanes, so we'll upgrade the... it's only had 2, we'll upgrade them to 3. Then we do our lane management here. So we've got 2 for straight on, 1 for right, and then the same here, so 2 for straight on, 1 for right, and same here, 2 for straight on, 1 for right, and we're done there. We'll look at our junctions and make sure they go through, but they don't come on, so we keep that one red. Go through, we go through, and if we just play there and let that start moving, that should be fine. And we've got lane management along the highways here that we can do, so 1 for straight on, 1 for right. We can do the same at the other end, which I think we did. Yeah, that's fine. Now we've upgraded this roundabout and it's starting to move already. That might seize up again once all the traffic gets going, we don't know. But what we want to do is we've got this main road going in between all the roundabouts, and we want to make sure that we've got the lanes set up correctly on that. So we've got, I'll show you what we do. Use our lane tool. Okay, so this is a one-way road. We've got, right, let me show you this. We've got a one-way road here that we need to, there we go, that we need to resolve. So if we use our road net picking tool, it just tells you what this road is, and it copies it and lets you just place it down there as long as you press the upgrade button there. So we've taken that off one way, and then we're going to upgrade all of our roads going forward. So we want to specify 2 lanes straight on, 1 for right, 2 straight on, 1 for right. That's done. That's done there as well. Not done there. So 2 straight on, 1 for right, and we're just going to do it all the way up. There we go. That's done, and we'll do it going back the other way. So 1 for straight on, 1 for left, 1 for straight on, 1 for left, 1 straight on, 1 left, straight on left, 2 for straight on, 2 for left, 1 for left. So the roads become bigger suddenly, but that should be fine. There we go. So that'll move a lot better. We're still waiting for a lot of this traffic to flush through, and actually this queue seems to have come out here to block things up as well. So we'll come back to that, but it's moving of sorts. And we'll upgrade all these roundabouts. So we'll do the same treatment to all these roundabouts. This one is going to need redoing, because look at all these. If I show you, there's a junction there just after this one. That's never going to work, so we're going to disconnect that road there. There's a junction just there right next to the roundabout for everyone trying to come off and go on, so that's not going to work. So we'll disconnect the road down here and just have that flow onwards. And then with the same here, we've got a junction right next to the roundabout, so we're going to have to disconnect this road leading to the station and just reconnect it down here. But that roundabout is just, it's too gnarly to look at. We're going to have to remake that. So I'll come back to you when we've redone this section and this roundabout. Okay, so we've set these 2 roundabouts up, and we'll just get the game back on play. Whenever I literally delete roads, it's good to pause the game so you don't cause too much chaos. But that's going to start flowing. This one as well, although it's got a few more lanes than I'd like. And this traffic's just queuing around to get down here, and then all this traffic's queuing down to get down to this roundabout. But we'll come back to it because it's going to take quite a while to flush through. And we'll go up here to these 2 roundabouts. These are the next ones that need fixing. And so we've done this bottom row of roundabouts. We'll do these ones next and then move over to these two, and there's a couple in the middle there. And we'll see how we get on. So we'll do the roundabouts first and then we'll have a look at some of the other things. Right now with these two roundabouts, there's this tiny little road connecting them and they're just totally jammed up, so I think the only thing to do is to separate them, and it's fine because they can still get places, so we can go up and round there and down and round there. Cars can still move around with that road gone. We'll upgrade these to reflect the other roundabouts, so 3 lanes. We'll do the traffic rules and the give way and the junctions and the lanes, and I'll show you what we've got when we're done. Okay, so we've set these roundabouts up. There's a little bit of movement that's starting to happen, especially on this roundabout, so that's going to need a bit of time to flush through. We'll come back to all that. I mean, mainly we've got this traffic coming all the way down here and just totally clogging up this roundabout, so we might need to have a look at a fix there. In fact, if we just put in a main road here, that's going to give us a bit more room. So we're putting in our first main road. It's going to be a small 4-lane road, and it's just going to give all of this traffic a little bit more room to move. So we'll lose our tree-lined streets, but we're going to gain an awful lot more room, and it means that will probably unclog quite quickly. And what we'll do is we'll do our lane management on each of these. So we'll go in from this end and then do it coming the other way. So yeah, you can go right or left. You can go left and straight on, and one left straight on. Come back to you when we've done all this. Okay, so I've set up the lanes, and we've got an extra lane each side, and look, that's moving all of a sudden. So that's good. We've put in our first main road, and that's making a good difference. And also it's starting to free up the traffic back here as well. Now, there's something else we can do here to help things move along, and that's our lane management as well. So we've got here, you see we've got 2 straight on and 1 for straight on, 1 for right. We just want that to say right, that lane. So the way you can do it as a vanilla fix is just to bump some of this down to 2-lane highway, and we'll upgrade this, and I'll show you. We've got just that right hand dedicated lane there and 2 for straight on. That's going to help the flow of the traffic there, and the same can be done here. So we'll do that, upgrading this bit of highway, because we've got 1 lane going off, 2 straight on, so we go down to 2 lanes, and then 1 lane coming on to go back up to 3 lanes. And I know what you're going to say, really we just want these to be 1-lane roads. There's no need for these slip lanes to be to have so many lanes on them, but that should be fine. Look, it's going to get flowing, and we'll leave that a bit of time to flush through, and we'll go on to these other roundabouts. So we'll do these 4 roundabouts, and I'll set them all up, make sure they've all got 3 lanes, and then do the lane management, the junction, and the giveaway signs. Okay, now we've come to this roundabout out of the 4 that needs a little bit of work, 'cause it's only got 2 connections and it's got all this traffic coming through. And actually what we've got is the traffic trying to go all the way around these little alleyways and hit what looks like should be a main street, going along here onto this major roundabout. It's a tiny roundabout right in the middle of everything. So what we need to do is make a connection actually down here to the high street, and make that a main road. So I'll upgrade the road to that small 4-lane road. This is our second main road that we're putting in. That's just going to give us a bit more flow, and oh god, there's all sorts here. So look, there's a junction right next to another junction. We need to reduce the amount of junctions on this street, so we're going to get rid of this road, and we'll use our net picker just to copy this street and then draw it back up, but not to a point where it's linking. And then we need to delete this junction and redraw the road. So let's do that, rejoin it. That gets rid of the junction, and yeah, all of a sudden we've got a lot more space for people to do things, and we need to get rid of these other junctions as well. So that's a junction right after a roundabout. and this one's no good either. Let's get rid of both of these junctions, because they're not doing us any favours whatsoever. And we'll draw the road back up. Okay, that's really going to help. We'll set that other roundabout up, but also we need to join this roundabout to this main road. What's that? We'll move the bouncy castle. There you go. Down there. So we'll join this high street up to this roundabout. There's not much room in between these two junctions, but we'll go with it. And I'll set this roundabout up and we'll see where we go. We've set this roundabout up and joined it onto this road, and we've made this a main road. And now we're going to set up these two roundabouts. So we'll set up these two roundabouts, and then we'll move on to this one, and then we'll have done something to all the roundabouts, and we'll take a closer look at everything else that's going on. Okay, so we've upgraded these two roundabouts. I've just given this a better connection up here, and this roundabout's flowing very nicely as well, so we'll just give them a little bit of time to flush through. They've got 3 lanes, and we've done all that additional stuff with the giveaway signs and the lane picking. So let's finish off this roundabout up here, and that's all the roundabouts done. You see, this is a lot busier now that the traffic started to free up. Okay, so we've given the treatment to this roundabout as well, and that's starting to move around nicely. And we could do the same with this highway actually coming down here. There's cars that can go straight on that are being trapped, so we just bump this one down to a 2-lane highway in between the off and the on ramp, and it just helps with some further back to go straight forward, which we can already see happening there. And we'll do the same going up here, just in case there's any spaces that might do it. There's one here, so we'll downgrade that to 2-lane highway, just in case it gets a bit busier up here later in the game. And then we can go round to this industrial area actually and do the same. So in between here, make it 2-lane highway. Just helps with the lane arrows and the flow here as well. And that will be fine for now. So we've given our treatment to all the roundabouts in this area and in the residential area, and the traffic's flowing a bit in some areas, but there's a lot more we can do. So there's some funny bits around here where we've got some dirt road, so we can definitely upgrade that into normal road, and we'll just delete that and then use our net picking tool to copy the road and then draw it back in like so. And then over here there's a dirt road that's not going to be doing us any favours, just here. That one doesn't matter because it's not going anywhere, so we'll just upgrade this dirt road like so. And also, looking at the public transport, we've got a bit of a problem with the buses. So we have a look at the bus routes. We've got just 124 people a week on the buses, 1,500 a week on the metro. But look at these bus lines going through our main routes, and over here you can see there's actually 3 bus stops. So 1, 2 on that side and 3 over there, and that's just going to absolutely kill this area, because if you see, it goes in between that small roundabout and down onto our main road. So that's a real major highway that we do not want 3 bus stops on. Look at all the people there. Look, that block of people needs to be moved. So I'm going to draw some roads out to the side, move the bus stops there, and we'll see you in a minute when that's done. Okay, so we've moved the bus stops out to the right, and look at these people coming around. Brilliant. Loads and loads of people coming through. That'll stop the buses just kind of clogging up these roads. And I'll just see what else needs doing here, because this is such a big street. I think we need to put in a bit of a highway going up to this roundabout. So let's do another main road just to help with this artery. It's going to need it, and we'll upgrade this all the way down. And also we'll do the lane management tool, so we have one for straight on and one for whichever direction we need to be going in. Yes, let's upgrade this road as well, just so it's the same as the rest of it. And we can paint this industry back in, so what we've got office there. Just put you on the side there, that's fine. Now another place we need a main road is here. There's so much traffic going along here and so many junctions going off it that we just need to give everyone a bit more space. So we're going to upgrade this road as well. Okay, so we've set a main road going up here to this roundabout, and also parallel to this major artery we've set a main road going along this way as well, just to help with the flow of everything, because there's so much traffic in all these junctions that are hitting it. It just needs that extra help. So we're going to need to leave that to run for a little bit, and once all that's clear, all of this will be able to clear through as well. And what we can be looking at in the meantime is down here in the industrial zone. So this is a real mess, and it needs quite a lot of reconfiguration. So we've got one road coming in straight on to the cargo terminal, and then we've got one road going out which isn't really being used because no one can get there. And look, the traffic is trying to go over and in, and then it's going to try and come out and across itself. So we need to change this one-way system round. So we can see it's going from left to right, the one-way system. We need to flip that round so traffic can just go in and out without crossing over itself. Down here it looks like we've got a bit of a roundabout situation going on, so I think we will just put in an actual roundabout, and we just need to make a main road going all the way round and through, I think, and then we'll give them an option of another off-ramp going out to the highway, so there's another place of escape for all these industrial bits down here. So I'll come back to you when all this is done, and we'll show you where we've got. Okay, so I've just pressed play and we've rejigged this whole area. We've put a roundabout in. We've got a new on lane into the area, into the industrial estate, with a bypass. If they don't want to go to the roundabout, they can just go straight into the industrial area down here. We've got a bypass road going underground. If they don't want to go into that roundabout that goes underground, it bypasses them down to here. And then we've got all this traffic coming down here to hit this roundabout. This is a new underground escape route to go out onto the highway if they don't want to have to go all the way up here. And we'll just let that flush through. It's going to take a little while. The traffic is moving, and everyone just wants to get somewhere. So we'll come back to that and see how that gets on. And in the meantime, there's this extra industrial estate up here. Traffic seems to just be stopping there. Let's see what's going on. Traffic lights. Take the traffic lights off. That's going to help. And I'll just set up this roundabout. Yeah, we'll set up this roundabout in this industrial area, but it's not too busy. However, things might get busier once we get everything going. So I'll set that roundabout up. We've got 3 lanes, and we've got all the lanes set up and the giveways and so on. But look, we've got this junction straight after the roundabout. It's not going to do us any favours whatsoever. So we'll delete that, and we'll delete this just to let the traffic flow through. And we'll use our net picking tool to just copy this road up, but not touching. And we will have to attach these roads up here so they can still get around. Okay, we're all linked up. That roundabout is ready to roll for more traffic. And let's go back and see how we're doing in our residential area with all those changes we made. So these lower roundabouts are really jammed up. Looks like there's a bit of flow still going on, so we'll have to take a closer look at that. But everywhere else is moving. We've lost, remember, this tailback went all the way down the highway. Seems it's just coming in here now. So these roundabouts are free flowing, which is great. This middle area is a bit bunged up as well, isn't it? And these roundabouts aren't quite moving, so we've got a little bit of work to do yet to free everything up. Bit of movement there around that roundabout. This is all really jammed. So let's see what's happening and which bits we need to free up. So in between this roundabout and this roundabout, all the traffic just seems to have just jammed, and I think we're going to need to put in a main road there just to get all the rest of this traffic flowing as well. I think that will be our next thing to do. So let's upgrade that road to the 4-lane two-way road, and we'll do that up here because we've got no main roads really. We've put in a few. Let's leave this road outside the train terminal as it is, and we've just upgraded those. So let's do some lane management here. And it's gradually starting to free up there. Okay, that will free up very quickly. We'll just watch it for a little while. See all these buses getting in the way. They just need to all flush through. And there's a lot of parked cars there, making it look worse than it is. There we go, look, it's just flowing now. We haven't got any traffic lights up there, have we? Oh, there's a traffic light there. Let's take that traffic light off. That's not going to do us any favours. And then see how we go. Yeah. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. It's going to clear very quickly. We've got this traffic coming down here, which is already starting to clear as well. Yeah, look, it's just clearing this whole sector, and all of a sudden this roundabout is totally freeing up, and so is this roundabout, and all this traffic is coming in. So it does look like it was just this traffic up here blocking everything else, and that's all going to get going. And once all that's flushed through, this roundabout will start to get moving as well, and this stuff can come on. Okay, so let's go down to the south and see what was happening there. Okay, so looking at this southern residential area, it's all just bunged up going up to this roundabout. All this traffic is trying to come out onto this roundabout, and it's trying to go through here and around, and it's kind of like a circle of doom. So what we need is a bit more space. We're going to upgrade this road to like a main road, a small 4-lane road to give us an extra lane, and that should give us the wiggle room that we need to free up all of this traffic in the southern area. So we'll do that, and we'll do it going all the way along, and also we could have it going up here as well. And we could do something with our lane picking tools here, because it looks like this is where all the traffic wants to go. So let's do a little bit of help and say you can go around here. Now that should be enough to unfreeze everything, I think. What's going on here? So we've got buses holding everyone up. We've got buses holding people up. Okay, so that's going to... Let's do a little bit of lane management here. Buses are really getting in the way. So one for left, one for straight on. We could do left there. Okay, this is all flowing through now. It's these bus stops that were doing us in. So that's all going to get going now. There we go. That roundabout's free for these guys to come out, and this road will start to disappear. Let's have one last look around. So this is almost totally clear. Going into the terminal there. There's a train station there. This industrial area is moving very nicely indeed. And let's check out the traffic. So we're on 77%. There's a few more bits around here that just need to clear through. Let's check out what's going on elsewhere. These roundabouts are totally free. Oh, apart from this one. There's always something. I'll come back to you when this is resolved. Got our buses jamming everything up. It's just such a busy junction. It could arguably be a roundabout, couldn't it? What happens if we put traffic lights on? The first traffic lights in the game. Oh, look at that. Everything's flowing through. Wow, okay, traffic lights seem to have resolved that problem. it's getting masses of traffic coming through. And then it stops and lets the other lanes do their business. Wow. Okay, traffic light seems to be the solution there on that really busy junction. The only traffic lights we've been putting in. And everything else is now flowing. Bus stop, holding everyone up. So that's not ideal. We could do with that on a side road. There we go. We've moved that bus off the main road so all the traffic can keep flowing past it. So that's going to be a big help. Look at all the people there. So that's all moving again now. Just the odd bus stop that we've taken off some of these main roads. So we're just clogging everything up. We put some traffic lights on that junction and everything is just moving again. So we'll just let that flow through a bit more. I can't see any more problem areas apart from this one. That's the last bit of heavy traffic. So we've just turned on this junction and allowed the flow just to go through, just because that's such a busy area, and that's completely disappeared all the traffic. So sometimes you don't want just that middle one for the flow going through. You want this one on as well, and that's moving very nicely. And so that is everything. Apart from this one, let's do the junction tool on that as well then. So you guys just keep going, and that's going to increase the flow right through and sort out that last problem area. And there it is. We've got completely clear traffic everywhere that I can see. And let's have a look at some of our stats then. So if we look at the economy, we're just about to go into positive figures. There we go, 198 just as we speak, plus 385, 590, brilliant, and 690. You can go on the economy tab and we could squeeze an extra percentage point out of these taxes, so we could do that, get you a bit more money. 12% seems to be a bit of a sweet spot. There we go, so we've put the taxes up to 12%, and already our money's going up now by the 1,000, and people would be happy with that. That's sustainable. We'll have a look at our traffic. What are we on? 86%, 85%, which is fantastic. So we've really cleared up the traffic, and if you want to send me in your city fix, check out in the comments below the instructions, and if you've enjoyed this, then throw me a sub. I'm a new channel and would appreciate the support. And the rest of my channel is all about city building and lots of indie games as well as mainstream ones. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.